It is my honor to introduce to you our 2014 state champion, Poms. We'll start by bringing out their head coach, Miss Melissa DeStefano. And now, please help me bring in our state champions, freshman Emma Cranberg. Sophomore, Carly Gold. Sophomore, Taylor Vogel. Junior, Morgan Laverty. Junior, Olivia Eichmann. Junior, Taylor Meyer. Junior and Captain Kenzie Burton. And now, your seniors, starting with Mary Bishop. Senior Megan Click. Senior Lindsay Ford. Senior Erica Howard. Senior Gentry Schmidt. Senior and Captain Kim Lugo. And we have two seniors, both Captain Sammy Magyar and Hannah Powers.
for taking your time out to prepare for finals, to be able to come out here today, to be able to celebrate a success that isn't just about the Poms, it's about Chaparral. And we want to thank you for taking the time to sacrifice some class hours to come on out here today. In a moment, our state champions will come out to perform their routine that they perform down at the state championship. So before we do that, I wanted to also be able to recognize we have royalty from Parker here today. Our mayor, Mr. Mike Wade. We want to thank you for coming out and supporting Chaparral and doing great things for Parker. Another thing that I wanted to be able to also talk about was I thought about after when I was sitting down there last Friday that I've been in athletics for a long time. I might not look that old, but I am. So I've been doing it forever. I watched, I competed, and every once in a while, when you are watching some sort of sports or activity, or possibly watching a movie about sports, or you're just hearing a story about somebody that overcame some sort of great odds to be able to have success either in their life or possibly achieving it in an athletic format. You know, you think about, a lot of you guys will not remember this, this is for the older people here, when the U.S. hockey team, when they beat the Russians in the semifinals of the Olympics, I can remember in my room, in our house, just going nuts in there. And those things, it just takes you to be able to lift you to a higher level, just even for a moment. You get that little chill in you get that funny feeling in your stomach. And last Friday, I witnessed a team that has had their moments and had a story to go along with that where they have overcome great odds. And they went out and did a 2.5-minute performance. Roughly. I'm not going to count exactly how many seconds were in there. But roughly about 2.5 minutes performance in front of thousands of people down at the Denver Coliseum. And after that, all I know is that they've reached tons of souls. And now they put this video up onto Facebook that has over 450,000 views. For that moment when I'm watching down there, they made me extremely proud. They made Chaparral proud. And they gave me that funny feeling in my stomach that I wish that I was part of that. And I feel that I am. And at this time, I'd like to bring up the coach to speak. Listen.
I would like to start off by saying thank you to the student body and staff for allowing us to be here today. This moment that athletes and coaches dream of wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for everyone in this room today. There are so many words to describe last Friday. We were excited, nervous, emotional, passionate, grateful, and surprised. For the first time in my coaching career, we walked into the Coliseum without stress or worries about where we would be ranked in the state of Colorado. The purpose of the day was not to win, but to dance with passion, and for something more meaningful than a trophy, and for someone who was not only viewed as a friend, but also a sister to these young ladies. I have personally learned many life lessons this year, and I cannot thank my team, my parents, my family, SHAP staff, fellow coaches, the Llewellyn family, enough for giving me strength, support, encouragement to coach throughout the season. Sorry, I'm really shaky. Sorry. I was not prepared for what this year would come, or how to coach these girls through it. For the excitement of winning camp, to the devastation of losing a teammate, to pulling ourselves together a week and a half later to place runner-up at league, and now to winning state. I'm extremely proud of this team for overcoming many challenges, supporting each other, working together to achieve the highest recognition and placement that Chaparral Poms has ever had. When I made Varsity Poms in 2004, I had always wanted that state title. Since that did not happen, I had set a goal as a coach in 2009. I wanted to experience the joy of my athletes bringing home their own state title. So I would like you guys to help me in congratulating the team in Chaparral's history, the first team in Chaparral's history to get a state championship. Good luck.
At this time, I would ask you to if you don't know the full realm, I'm going to put a lot of pressure on her today because I told her on the phone the other day that for somebody that doesn't work in public speaking, she is one of the greatest speakers I've ever met.
Thank you so very much for all your support and your love and your words of encouragement, your thoughts that you've shared with us, your memories, and your prayers. Thank you so much for all your prayers. That's what's really keeping us going, and so please continue those. When the Pom girls called me about what their plan was, I was so touched and moved by their compassion, their desire, and their need to continue not only my Taylor's story, but their own, as well as you, Chaparral. When you see them dance, you'll see the passion that they have. But what separated them last Friday from every other team out on the floor was that they took out all the politics, they put aside their differences and their opinions, and they came together for a purpose and a cause. They left the competition element out of it, and they danced with their hearts, and that's what makes a champion. I know Taylor is so very, very proud. That afternoon the girls won. It was about rush hour traffic and the sun was beginning to set. There was this incredible sunset to the west, and then off to the east was this ginormous, huge harvest moon. I knew then that Taylor was very excited for them. Thank you, girls, for continuing to carry her light. I told the girls last week, Taylor's most favorite spot to see Christmas lights was on Main Street. You know, Parker and Main, where they have all the snowflakes and it's all lit up. But if one of those trees just had one light on it, we wouldn't even notice it. It takes the entire tree to be lit up. And that's what these girls are. They're a light, as well as you, the Chaparral family. And so it takes that whole thing to continue to carry on Taylor's light through social media, through conversations. I just can't thank you enough. The how of how Taylor's accident happened, we'll never know. We know she wasn't texting. We know she wasn't talking on the phone. We know that she wasn't speeding or driving recklessly. We know there were no brake or skid marks. We know she wasn't under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And none of it really makes sense to us, and we'll never know. But what we do know is that from the moment we are born, Christ knows that very second that we will draw our last breath. I would encourage each and every one of you during this Christmas season to take some time and reflect your own life. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? What kind of impact do you want your life to make? I encourage you to love your grandma and grandpa a little bit more as they come for the holidays. Maybe mend fences with those that maybe you have a little bit of odd with, maybe a step-parent or a step-sibling. But most importantly, I would encourage you to tell your parents every single day that you love them. Live your life with no regrets, and live as though it's your last day. Don't leave anything unfinished. I'm going to step out of my box a little bit right now and do something that would just horrify my daughter. She's probably up there hiding right now in heaven. But we had done some straightening in her room. She was not a very good housekeeper, and so we'd done some straightening in her room, and I happened to run across this, what I thought was a poem. And I thought, we knew she didn't write it, but we thought, wow, that she took the time, that she would copy it down, or she would, you know, write everything down. And so I want to share it with you. I'm not a rapper, but that's what this technically is. So I'm just going to talk really fast, but I want to give you the impression that I could be a rapper if I really practiced hard. Okay, ready? To be a survivor in this amazing race, with the need for speed, you need God's grace. And if you're desperate like housewives watching Days of Our Lives, you can't cope without hope, and that's no soap. And if you look into Oprah or Dr. Phil, you can chop nonstop or pop a pill. But the food won't fill and the pain won't kill until you love the one who's hung on the hill. Kicking back in your lazy boy chair, watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Nah, you ain't gonna find it there. No American Idol or Tribal Council has a final answer that will satisfy you. CSI, they don't have a clue. So I see you don't know what to do. Not the ER or the OC, there's nothing on the CD or MP3 that can save you or me. CNN doesn't have any good news. Here's the headline, you must choose. This is not a simple life. Paris Hilton, well, she walks on thin ice. Living insane, you can be an apprentice for Donald Trump, Fear Factor, eat fast food from a dump. You can be a heavy hitter or a Wheel of Fortune winner, a Fox News spinner, or a flat-out sinner. But you better check this life you're living and make sure that your sins are forgiven. I bet you 50 Cent, Elvis, Kanye, and every Black-Eyed Pete, Gwen Stefani, P. Diddy, every Britney want to be on TV with their icy bling. Every Dixie chick that sings, they are all going to see the King of Kings. I don't care if you're J-Lo, Leno, or Bono. One thing you gotta know, someday you are gonna die, bro. Then where are you gonna go? Hey, I'm not talking some punk junk that is irrelevant like your GMOS church from way back when. It is not like some preacher feature on TV that you need to be like in or listening. No, the real superstar is Jesus Christ. He is the way, He is the truth, and He is the life. And one day He is gonna split the sky. He is the brightest light in the highest tide. So what I came to tell you is don't buy that stupid stuff they be selling you. It is all designed to fill your head and waste your space until you're dead. Here's the bottom line of my rhyme. Give your life to God while there is time.
Okay, ladies, you're on. Come and take your spots. Your state champions.
Proverbs 19:21 says, "You can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail." October 22nd, a beautiful fall day, then suddenly, in an instant, a phone call that changes your life forever. I will never never see her in her cap and gown come May. Her daddy will never walk her down the aisle to the love of her life on her wedding day. And I will never hold her babies in my arms. But somehow, there was a peace, a quiet peace, a peace that would stop any anger or questioning. God never makes mistakes, never. 6,275 days on earth is short, but my faith runs deep and wide. I know that she is healed, unbroken, perfect, and complete. She dances with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, her Creator. How could I want anything less for her? She gave life to 5 people with little hope and brought prayer back into school. Her story softened the hardest of hearts, made enemies friends, broke down walls that years of unforgiveness had built. Yes, heaven's gain is my heartbreaking loss, but I will see her again. Yes, my beautiful daughter is gone, but I have 15 precious angels on earth, and together we will stand tall.
I think you might possibly do a couple of spins for you.
That's not happening. Hey, everybody. Thank you. It's a lot harder than I thought. It's been a tough year for the Shop family, right? We lost 2 of our. Thank you. Thanks for helping. So, we lost two of our classmates this year. And Taylor and Jonathan will be missed. But the thing that we do today is celebrate. And so thank you for allowing us to celebrate, even when we may feel sad. And that's what I want us to leave here today with. The idea that we can still celebrate, even though. And we can still laugh and have fun. And then we have to take care of one another. That's what this is about. That's what this season is about. And that's what we have to remember to do. So thank you, Ms. Llewellyn, for coming and sharing your words. Thank you, girls, for the performance of a lifetime. And thank you all for taking care of each other. Let's have a great semester finals. Don't overstress. Handle your business. Okay? You guys take care of each other. Have a great time.